Chapter 19 of Maggie, a Girl of the Streets. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Philippa. Maggie, a Girl of the Streets, by Stephen Crane. Chapter 19. In a room, a woman sat at a table, eating like a fat monk in a picture. A soiled, unshaven man pushed open the door and entered. "Well," said he, "Mag's dead." "What?" said the woman, her mouth filled with bread. "Mag's dead," repeated the man. "The hell she is," said the woman. She continued her meal. When she finished her coffee, she began to weep. "I can remember when her 2 feet was no bigger than your thumb, and she weared worsted boots," moaned she. "Well, what of that?" said the man. "I can remember when she weared worsted boots," she cried. The neighbours began to gather in the hall, staring in at the weeping woman as if watching the contortions of a dying dog. A dozen women entered and lamented with her. Under their busy hands, the rooms took on that appalling appearance of neatness and order with which death is greeted. Suddenly the door opened, and a woman in a black gown rushed in with outstretched arms. "Ah, poor Mary!" she cried, and tenderly embraced the moaning one. "Ah, what terrible affliction is this?" continued she. Her vocabulary was derived from mission churches. "Me poor Mary, how I feel for yez! Ah, what a terrible affliction is a disobedient child!" Her good motherly face was wet with tears. She trembled in eagerness to express her sympathy. The mourner sat with bowed head, rocking her body heavily to and fro, and crying out in a high, strained voice that sounded like a dirge on some forlorn pipe. "I can remember when she weared worsted boots, and her 2 feet was no bigger than your thumb, and she weared worsted boots, Miss Smith," she cried, raising her streaming eyes. "Ah, me poor Mary," sobbed the woman in black. With low, coddling cries, she sank on her knees by the mourner's chair and put her arms about her. The other women began to groan in different keys. "Your poor misguided child is gone now, Mary, and let us hope it's for the best. You'll forgive her now, Mary, won't yez, dear, all her disobedience, all her thankless behaviour to her mother, and all her badness. She's gone where her terrible sins will be judged." The woman in black raised her face and paused. The inevitable sunlight came streaming in at the windows and shed a ghastly cheerfulness upon the faded hues of the room. 2 or 3 of the spectators were sniffling, and one was loudly weeping. The mourner arose and staggered into the other room. In a moment she emerged, with a pair of faded baby shoes held in the hollow of her hand. "I can remember when she used to wear them," cried she. The women burst anew into cries as if they had all been stabbed. The mourner turned to the soiled and unshaven man. "Jimmy, boy, go get your sister, and we'll put the boots on her feet." "They won't fit her now, you damn fool," said the man. "Go get your sister, Jimmy," shrieked the woman, confronting him fiercely. The man swore sullenly. He went over to a corner and slowly began to put on his coat. He took his hat and went out with a dragging, reluctant step. The woman in black came forward and again besought the mourner. "You'll forgive her, Mary. You'll forgive your bad, bad child. Her life was a curse and her days were black, and you'll forgive your bad girl. She's gone where her sins will be judged. She's gone where her sins will be judged," cried the other women, like a choir at a funeral. "The Lord gives and the Lord takes away," said the woman in black, raising her eyes to the sunbeams. "The Lord gives and the Lord takes away," responded the others. "You'll forgive her, Mary," pleaded the woman in black. The mourner essayed to speak, but her voice gave way. She shook her great shoulders frantically in an agony of grief. Hot tears seemed to scald her quivering face. Finally her voice came, and arose like a scream of pain. "Oh yes, I'll forgive her. I'll forgive her." End of Maggie, a Girl of the Streets, by Stephen Crane.